So, to start a new project, you go to the Projects tab in Unity Hub and click on New Project. In this new panel, you select all templates, and here you can choose the main base for your project. For this exercise, select 2D. On the project name box, write E1 Unity Interface. On the location box, select the main folder where your project folder will be created. In my case, Documents, Unity Classes. Press Select Folder and then Create Project. Unity is now preparing the files. This process will take a while, depending on your computer power, so just wait. If you check the main folder, you can see that Unity creates a subfolder with the name of the project. In fact, there is no project file, like you have in Premiere, for example. Your project in Unity is the entire folder, and if you need to change the location to another place, or even another computer, you need to copy the whole folder. Once the project creation is done, you have everything ready to start making your game. But before we do anything, let me explain Unity's interface and arrange these panels to a better layout. In any new project, Unity will be set up to the default layout. This should have the Hierarchy panel at the top left, the Scene and Game panel at the top center, the Inspector panel at the right, and the Project and Console panels at the bottom. I personally don't find this layout very helpful because your main actions are between Hierarchy, Project, and Inspector. You will also need constant access to the console, especially as a beginner, because every problem will be reported there. Having all these panels far apart and the console hidden will result in extensive mouse traveling and no sense of problems. Every panel has a tab with its name on it. You can relocate any panel just by picking it up by the name and dragging it to the desired location. So, let's change the Hierarchy panel position to the left side of the Inspector window, and the Project panel to the bottom part of the Hierarchy window. Also, in the top right corner of the Project panel, you have a floating menu on the 3-dot button. Click there and select One Column Layout. This allows you to view more assets at the same time and have a better sense of the files and folders structure. To have this layout available on other projects, you need to go to the Layout drop-down menu at the top right of Unity's window and select Save Layout. A pop-up prompt will ask you for the name to save it. Call it My Layout and save. Now, every time a project starts with the default one, you can easily return to this more comfortable arrangement to work faster. All lessons of this series will be recorded with this layout. Eventually, other panels will be necessary and will find a place around this, so if you are following these videos, I strongly advise you to use it in order to easily relate the video content with your work. The best way to back up your project is to copy every file to a secure location. Having 2 copies prevents losing the project in case of damaging one of them. The copy should be to an external storage device with that single purpose. Avoid using your everyday external drive as a secure backup. My favorite method is also to have a copy in a cloud service like Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, etc. Copying the entire Unity's project folder has its own problems. To avoid them, I just zip the entire folder before I copy it. Other detail is the file type. I said zip, not rar or others. This is because PCs and Macs can open and create zip files without having to install any programs. Not all computers allow users to install programs, especially in corporate systems or in a professional studio computer for security reasons, so always use zip. Another detail is that it's important to close the project before starting the zipping process. Unity creates temporary files that are updated or disappear constantly. Your backup can be made with one of those files that shouldn't be there, and later when you need to use them you will have problems. As a demonstration of this, I will go to Properties of the project folder while the project is open, and I can see I have 21,279 files. Now I'm closing Unity and I will repeat the process. The count now is 21,273 files. It's 6 files less. As you can see, something is not there anymore. So, the rule of thumb is backup often, for example, before making big changes or implementing any new complex system, to make sure you never lose anything important.